President Donald Trump has been inaugurated for the second time as the U.S. president. Trump has taken oath in a cold Washington, D.C. The inauguration ceremony that used to take place on the steps of the Capitol was held indoors because of the weather and reports of security concerns. The president was first elected as the U.S. president in 2016. It's his second and last term as the president of the U.S. He was sworn in as the 47th U.S. president. Meanwhile, President Cyril Ramaphosa has congratulated Trump on his inauguration at the 47th U.S. president.
Raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, Donald John Trump, do solemnly swear.
I, Donald John Trump, do solemnly swear.
That I will faithfully execute.
That I will faithfully execute.
The office of President of the United States.
The office of President of the United States.
And will, to the best of my ability.
And will, to the best of my ability.
Preserve, protect, and defend.
Preserve, protect, and defend.
The Constitution of the United States.
The Constitution of the United States.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations, Mr. President.
Now, U.S. President Donald Trump has hit the ground running and he looks to be winning the hearts of the Republicans. Trump has promised to start signing on his first day as president a series of executive orders to begin a complete restoration of America. The president's vowed that with him at the helm, the U.S. decline is over. He's promised to declare a national emergency at the southern border. The intention, he says, is to close down all the illegal entries into America and send back illegal and criminal aliens back home. He has put priority on the country and its constitution. He's also declared the federal government only recognizes two sexes, male and female, a move that reverses protections for transgender people put in place under outgoing President Joe Biden.
This moment on America's decline is over. Our liberties and our nation's glorious destiny will no longer be denied, and we will immediately restore the integrity, competency, and loyalty of America's government. Over the past 8 years, I have been tested and challenged more than any president in our 250-year history, and I've learned a lot along the way. The journey to reclaim our republic has not been an easy one, that I can tell you. Those who wish to stop our cause have tried to take my freedom and indeed to take my life. Just a few months ago in a beautiful Pennsylvania field, an assassin's bullet ripped through my ear. But I felt then, and believe even more so now, that my life was saved for a reason. I was saved by God to make America great again. Thank you. Thank you very much. That is why each day under our administration of American patriots, we will be working to meet every crisis with dignity and power and strength. We will move with purpose and speed to bring back hope, prosperity, safety, and peace for citizens of every race, religion, color, and creed. For American citizens, January 20th, 2025 is Liberation Day.
Right, let's expand the conversation, bringing in SABC correspondent in the U.S., Kate Fisher, to expand the conversation. Kate, thanks for joining us. I mean, a lot of big promises made there by U.S. President Donald Trump, essentially hitting the ground running. How has his address been received as he made all these promises and these assertions?
Well, I've been I'm just outside the Capital One Arena in the center of Washington, D.C., where 20,000 of his supporters have been listening to that speech. And I've been speaking to a few of them who've been coming out and milling around here, buying memorabilia and soaking up the atmosphere. And it has gone down very well. People telling me that he is doing what they wanted him to do. The things he's talking about, the promises he's making in these executive orders are what they were hoping would happen when they heard him on the campaign trail, and they're so pleased that he is enacting them or trying to enact them immediately. That's what the response I've been having, that they want to see action fast, and they feel like by doing all of this as soon as today, he is taking action quickly. And, you know, the atmosphere here, even though it is bitterly cold, is really very jovial. Even the people that weren't able to get into the arena are happy, excited, and just feel like there is really going to be a change in their country.
What comes top priority with some of the reactions to what US President Donald Trump has said? I mean, he spoke a bit about immigration. He spoke about, reversing protections for transgender people when he said that he recognized only two genders, male and female.
Yeah, and both of those are things that people I've been speaking to here have talked to me about, they're really important to them. And when it comes to the border and immigration, that is one of the biggest things that he campaigned on. And he said that he could begin immigration raids on cities as early as today or tomorrow. And we expect that some of the first things he's going to sign are going to be about enforcing security on the border. He has already said, and he said again today in his speech at his inauguration ceremony, that he would be sending the military to the border. We also know that there is an app that migrants use when they get into the US to try to register to have to be processed. That app that was set up during the Biden administration has now closed down. If you try to go on it, it just tells you it is no longer working, and it tells you that if you had an appointment already booked, it has now been cancelled. So that's something that's happened immediately. Donald Trump right now is having a lunch at Congress with many of his guests that were at his inauguration ceremony, and when he's finished that, he'll be coming here to the center of Washington where this arena is. He'll be there to talk to his supporters, and also we understand there will be a desk with a pen there, so he'll be able to sign into certainly executive action. He'll be able to sign these in front of his supporters, and that's what he will be doing in the next hour or so when he's completed his lunch.
We know that the ceremony was held indoors, one, because of the weather. I mean, we can see from your pink scarf that it really is cold there. But also there were reports around security concerns. So as he prepares to do that, sign and be amongst the crowd, what does it mean for security?
Yeah, absolutely. There are huge security concerns. I mean, this is a man who has already had 2 assassination attempts within the last year. So there is a huge sense of DC being under lockdown at the moment. I'm standing next to this huge truck that is blocking off this street along with concrete bollards. We are constantly having police and military walking past us. We are still several streets away from the arena where he will be speaking. That is how much security there is. And yes, there have been rumours suggesting that one of the reasons that they were so keen to move this ceremony indoors is because it's a much easier space to secure than having it out in the open air where so many members of the public can be even closer to the president. It's obviously much harder to secure an open area in front of the Capitol. And so I have to say, having stood out here for a few hours today, it is absolutely freezing, and I can understand that from a safety point of view it is not a good idea to have people waiting for hours in the cold. But I do think the security aspect could have played a part in this, and you can tell in DC how locked down it is, and also how these security parameters have been changing. I get the local alerts on my phone to tell me, and since Saturday I've been getting new ones to say, oh, now another street has been closed down and now we're moving this security parameter there. So I think it's been quite a moving situation, and certainly I think the security services have been very concerned about it, given how many threats have already happened on Donald Trump's life.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. As, of course, we continue to monitor the developments on the story, bringing you live from the U.S., SABC correspondent Kate Fisher, giving us some details around how U.S. President Donald Trump's address has been received, and, of course, what's still to come in terms of marking the celebration. Let's take a look at the pomp and ceremony that accompanied the 47th U.S. President Donald Trump's inauguration in Washington, D.C. today.
Faith.